The country's largest school district is about to get a multi-million-dollar boost as New York City aims to end funding disparities for students across the district. Casey Lopez has more on the fight for equal funding, now 25 years in the making.
A big announcement from the Big Apple is looking to earn an A in fair school funding.
Hard work and persistence paid off. We pushed for it because the bottom line is we want to end inequities in school funding, period, end of story. We want more money to go to schools that have the greatest need.
The Campaign for Fiscal Equity filed suit claiming underfunding of New York City schools back in 1993. That suit claims schools in New York City weren't being equally funded, arguing that inequity violated students' constitutional right to a quality education. Nearly a decade later, the state Supreme Court ordered New York to reform its school system. After a reversal and an appeal, the legislature was given a deadline to determine the cost of providing all students with a sound basic education. But over a decade later, some New York City schools are still not receiving the funding they're promised.
People would say out loud, oh, that's a good school, quote unquote, good school, and that's a bad school. Think about the moral problem of anyone believing a school is a bad school. What does it say if that's what people believe was the commonplace reality? We got to end the era of New Yorkers believing any school in our public schools is a bad school. We got to make that a thing of the past.
Today, a $125 million investment is being made to ensure all schools receive at least 90% of fair student funding starting in the 2018-2019 school year, meaning no school will be receiving less than 90% of their fair funding, up from 81% just 4 years ago.
More teachers, more socioeconomic, emotional support with guidance counselors and social workers, more art teachers, maybe perhaps more music teachers, maybe even a mariachi teacher or two. Hint, hint. But also new materials in our classrooms, after school and extracurricular enrichment activities and opportunities. You see, if you engage a child, then you are preparing that child for the future, and you're keeping that child from engaging in other activities that aren't so positive.
This is their right. Today's announcement is a game changer. It means more staff and programs that are going to meet our students' needs. It means doing better by our kids. It is social justice.
This new funding will impact nearly 900 schools and over 500,000 students across every borough in New York City. Reporting for WMBC News, I'm Casey Lopez in New York.